he's being revealed in a series of conversations and media appearances. Of course, he's smartly showing up to all these media appearances. I wonder if you can speak to your latest column about Vivek.
Well, with increased prominence, which he got at the debate, you get increased scrutiny. And he was on the Sunday shows, both Meet the Press and Dana Bash's show on CNN. And she really handled him well. He is well versed in the new Republican coda of overspeak. In other words, don't stop talking, overspeak the moderator. And he did that in the debate, and he did that in these live interviews, and to filibuster. But she kind of shut him down on a couple of issues. And one of them was what he's been saying in the past is being looked at now. And what he said recently, in fact, about race was that a congresswoman from Massachusetts who had said that she was tired of seeing black faces not representing the black voice. And he called her like a member of the Ku Klux Klan because she was promoting race. And Donna Bash repeated what he had said, and he claimed that he didn't say it. And so she said, well, let me read it to you, what you said. And, so he's being looked at carefully. On Meet the Press, Chuck Todd wasn't quite as successful at it as is normally the case, but he did do a good job of research about what he had said in the past in his book, where he called Donald Trump a big loser and was upset about, this was a year ago, by the way, that this book was released, where he said that the Republican Party only wants to believe in elections they win. When they win an election, everything's great. When they lose an election, it was fraud. So he's backpedaling on that. But again, in this case, Chuck Todd read him what he had said, and there was no way he could get out of it. So, and even, believe it or not, I don't have this in my column, but believe it or not, it happened on Hannity yesterday. Hannity even caught him on Fox, where he was, he denied that he had said that we should end supporting Israel. And Hannity said, well, wait a minute, let me read to you what you said. And he said, oh, you're taking me out of context again. So what he is seeing is that the tech bro smirk is not really working as much when you're held to account. And that's what the press needs to do, is do your research, which I've always say in my column, before you interview these people, make sure you're done your research, that you're well prepared, and you're ready to take them on, because he will lie, he will filibuster, and he will try to overspeak you.
The other thing that you point out in your column is that this is a different landscape politically and from a media standpoint, and where the two meet. And so that being exposed this way, as Vivek has been in the instances that you cited and beyond, would have KO'd a lot of candidates in the past, but it doesn't seem to hobble a lot of candidates these days.
Right. My premise is, and has been, that Donald Trump, when he came on the political scene, and this is now almost 8 years ago, he began to chip away at our institutions, from the intelligence gathering folks who he didn't believe and believed Russia instead, to the judiciary, which he has been saying is corrupt and not fair, to Congress, and most of all to the press, which he started at the beginning, saying that the press was the enemy of the people and that they were fake news. And so what happens now is those three occasions that I just mentioned and that I mentioned in my column, for this new Donald Trump, which I call him Trump Light, he is benefiting from the fact that even though we call him on whatever he's saying, on his lies and mischaracterizations, he's able to get away with it because the Trump forces just say fake news. And because they've done so much damage to our institutions, people don't know what to believe anymore. And so what used to be, we used to think, well, if we take Donald Trump down, if Donald Trump is no longer going to be president, which I don't think he will be, it doesn't really matter that much anymore, because there's a host of these other Vivocs right behind him. You know, there are people who are using the same tactics right behind it. So the Republican Party is well stocked in this misinformation, and the press really has to hold them to the fire and continue to do it, not give up, be persistent.
That's such a great point, because I do believe they've minted a new kind of politics and politician on the GOP side. And this, denial just ain't just a river in Egypt or whatever the line is. You sort of feel like that's it. I mean, it's insane. Who are you going to believe, me or your lying eyes? I mean, that's been Trump's dance, and it's clearly been adopted. I mean, I think of Kerry Lake, too, who, just got edged out. I mean, these are prominent figures in the future political races in this country. I'm going to link to your column in our description, and I love that we put this together the way we did. And then we'll see on Friday. You'll still be south of the border on Friday?
No, I'll be home. I just crossed. I'm in the United States.
Woohoo! He's in the United States, everybody. All right. All right, Jim Avila. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mark.
Hi, it's Mark, and I thought that was great. Hit the notification bell. You'll know whenever there's a new video being dropped, and please subscribe to our channel to help us save the universe.